Multitasking is often considered a way to get a lot done. But depending on the type of work you're doing, multitasking can be the quickest way to ensure that nothing gets done. Hey, it's the Average Dan, and today I want to talk about organization and prioritization. Oftentimes when we have a lot on our plate, just the volume of it alone prevents us from getting anything done. So I just wanted to talk to you about a way in which I've had success in the past of taking a long list of things to do and actually getting traction and progress on that list of things and moving forward to get them completed. So by organize and prioritize, I basically mean you start by listing those things that need to get done, whether those are house chores or projects that you're looking to get done or that honey-do list. Putting them down on paper is going to help you truly understand the volume of work that needs to be accomplished and start to give you an idea of what it might take to get it done. Now, once you've created your list, it's important for you to prioritize that list. So you have your 10 things that need to be done, and you need to decide which of those things is truly the most important to you. Because if you try to start a project and it's not the most urgent or the most valuable to you at a given time, then you run the risk of being distracted by other projects when whatever it is that you're working on is far less valuable to you in your day. And we're getting really bright and blurry, but so prioritizing that list is going to be crucial in terms of allowing you to stick with a given project and seeing it through to completion. So you have your list, like I said, you have your 10 items, you have determined the priority of that list, and then you want to focus on number one, ignore everything else on the list, and then you want to try to break that number one item into logical or functional steps. So if you are, putting up a new mirror in the bathroom or whatever the case may be, you need to understand how much time it's going to take, what supplies you need, and any other obstacles that are in the way of getting that done, whether you have guests coming in from out of town, or you need to do wallpaper first, or any of those things that could be a barrier to you actually completing that project. And what you want to do is break that particular project into those functional steps. Okay, so it's going to take however long I need to go buy supplies, the mirror, whatever the case may be, and list those out in chronological order, in the order that they need to be done. That is going to allow you to focus on that top item, and slowly progress or quickly progress, depending on how it works out for you, towards your actual goal. By listing out those items, whether you have time to do the entire project or not, knowing that the next item is to run to Home Depot or Lowe's and pick up a mirror is going to help you be more prepared when the next step of the project comes along. And being able to fit that smaller piece of the project into your schedule might be a lot more feasible, especially if you have a family and a house and a job and other obligations that are taking your time away from the project at hand. So get your list, prioritize it, break your number one item into steps, and then find ways to move through those steps in chronological order. Now, over time, you may run into a situation where the priority of those items changes. So I would suggest kind of it's not being run over by people while you're driving who can't seem to stay in their own lane. But no, I would suggest after you complete a project to kind of review your remaining list and determine if the priority that you set in the beginning remains the priority in terms of that next important thing that you need to get done. So that's just a little bit of information on priority. It's, when you have a really big list, it can be overwhelming, and a lot of times just the volume or the magnitude of the stuff that you have to get done often causes you to not do anything. So one of my favorite sayings or expressions, or whatever you want to call it, is how does a mouse eat an elephant? And of course a mouse eats an elephant one bite at a time. And that's the way you have to approach big projects or anything that you have to get done. That is, don't focus on the entirety of it. Break it down into manageable pieces. Focus on that piece. When that piece is completed, then you move on. So that's all I wanted to share with you this Tuesday morning. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. And until next time, this is The Average Dan. Thanks.